It's time for In the Spotlight, where every story is a star and every resident is a VIP. Get ready to be inspired, entertained, and connected as we illuminate the incredible spirit of Joliet and our Southside communities together. To nominate a Spotlight shout-out, a Southside business, or local organization you want to see highlighted, visit us at WJOL.com and click On Air. In the Spotlight, the show that turns the spotlight on the incredible people and stories that make our communities shine. This is In the Spotlight.
President's Day became a federal holiday in the late 1870s. It was on George Washington's birthday until the 1960s. Now it's just the third Monday of February. So happy President's Day. I don't want this day to go by without a small tribute to our presidents. So on President's Day, it's time to reflect on the leaders who have shaped the course of American history, from the founding fathers to the modern presidents. Each one has left their mark on the nation in different ways. We remember George Washington, our first president, whose leadership during the Revolutionary War helped secure America's independence. His commitment to democracy and the principles of the Constitution laid the foundation for the nation. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president, steered the country through its darkest hour, leading the nation through civil war and ultimately abolishing slavery with the Emancipation Proclamation. So on President's Day, let us reflect on their legacies and the contributions they've made to our country. So here's to you, our finest presidents. Thank you for making America great. Hello, it's Nancy Burke with In the Spotlight, the show that highlights our Joliet and surrounding communities, organizations, businesses, and spotlight superstars. If you are interested in being on the show, go over to WJOL and fill out the form there from On Air and then click In the Spotlight. And you can also nominate somebody for a spotlight shout out there. But today we have a very special guest, Laura Kalinski with Laura K Photography. She's on Facebook and Instagram at Laura Photography. Let's give a warm welcome to Laura Kalinski.
Thank you so much for inviting me. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for being on the show. I'm so excited to talk to you about your work because I was looking at some of your stuff online, and let me tell you, it's pretty impressive. Before we get into that, I understand that you started when you were 13. Tell me a little bit about how you started, why you started taking pictures, and what that looked like when you were 13 years old.
Yeah, my dad had given me an old 1940s box camera and just had a lot of fun with that, taking pictures. And then I had a friend in high school who was really interested in photography, and that kind of like got me going too. And I took a master class in photography in 2021 and several other photography courses, and here I am.
Well, there you go. So this is something that you've loved since you were a young girl, and you decided to get back into it as a career now.
My husband, Rich, encouraged me. He's like, you take some really great pictures. How about like starting to try to expand that a little bit? So with his encouragement, I was like, do I really, he's like, yeah, you're a really good photographer. He's like, you're better than me. So
Yeah.
That kind of surprised me.
Well, is he into photography as well?
Yeah.
He's a good judge of that. It's, because if my husband told me I was good at taking pictures, he might know what he's talking about in that. But I probably been like, oh yeah, thanks. But it's good to have a spouse that's really encouraging you and to push you in that direction. But he's also a photographer, so that kind of holds a little bit of weight, huh?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and he does a lot of video, audio, visual stuff. So he has a really good eye.
So what kind of advice would you give a 13-year-old, your 13-year-old self? You're looking back on your 13-year-old self. What would you tell her when it comes to chasing your dreams?
Take a lot of pictures. Just bring the camera everywhere. Take pictures of everything and anything.
It's great advice. All right, we'll be right back with Laura Kalinski and a chance for you to win a great prize, so you don't want to miss that. Today's Spotlight shout out goes to Brian Swift. He is the owner-operator of SOAR, a nonprofit that stands for Swift Outdoor Accessible Recreation. If you want to nominate somebody for a Spotlight shout out, all you have to do is go on our website, WJOL.com, click on air, and then in the Spotlight and fill out the short questionnaire right there on the website. In a world sometimes dominated by headlines of challenges and struggles, it's refreshing to come across a story that restores our faith in humanity. Today, we have a special Spotlight shout out that embodies the spirit of kindness, resilience, and positivity. Brian Swift, you are our Spotlight shout out, nominated by two people, actually. Lynn states that your nonprofit SOAR is a great organization that helps many, many people. And SOAR's mission is to provide people with disabilities the opportunity to participate in outdoor accessible activities and help provide them with accessible equipment. So wonderful. But it doesn't end there. Brian, Heather states that she struggles with even figuring out how to repay you for how much you cared about her and cares currently about her and wants her to succeed. You have changed her life for the better in so many ways. She says if anyone's feeling stuck, personally struggling, professionally, having difficult moving forward after a traumatic event, they should reach out to you because you are a man who has spent over 40 years in a manual wheelchair after breaking your neck playing football the day after Christmas when you were 17 years old. And not only do you teach grit and the power of positivity, discipline, responsibility, and accountability, tough love, you personally live and practice what you preach. Brian, I don't know what to say that hasn't already been said, but thank you. Thank you for being a Spotlight superstar. I have chills and goosebumps right now just knowing that you went through such a traumatic experience at 17 years old. What a hard time anyway for a child that age. And you turned that situation into something positive to help other people, not only people in your circle, but you created a business, SOAR, to help people of all walks and traumatic events that have happened to them and to be a positive influence. So God bless you, Brian. And thank you so much for being a Spotlight superstar.
Time now for your Joyful Minute. Your encouragement for the day is coming up right after this.
When you download Music on a Mission, you will hear about my testimony and my battles with faith, but you will also hear stories about my time in service, my mission to put God and country back together, and of course, the music that inspires it all. If you'd like to find out more, please go to davebrayusa.com or download Music on a Mission anywhere music is sold.
Today's Joyful Minute is brought to you by Brian Hunt.
Playing sports my whole life, there were key things that I took away with me, but one of the biggest was commitment. Commitment meant that you wouldn't give up, you'd train hard to get better, and that you would be there for each other no matter what. And the best teams are the most committed to their goals and to each other. So commitment is important for sports, but I think it's safe to say it's important for more significant things in our life too. 1 Kings 8:61 says, "And may your hearts be fully committed to the Lord our God, to live by his decrees and obey his commands." Giving up when things get hard is not how God designed us to live. If that was the case, Jesus would have never went to the cross. We need to stand side by side with our spouses, family, and friends and stay committed to God's promises in our life. So stay committed to what is true. God bless.
You've been listening to today's Joyful Minute, reminding you to keep equipping, encouraging, and empowering the world, one life and minute at a time.
Whether you're tuning in from the comfort of your home, driving in your car, or listening on your favorite streaming platform, In the Spotlight, the first and third Mondays of the month, is not just a show, it's a celebration of our incredible communities. To nominate a Spotlight shout-out, a Southside business or local organization you want to see highlighted, visit us at WJOL.com and click On Air. In the Spotlight, the show that turns the spotlight on the incredible people and stories that make our communities shine.
And now it's time for Top That, where you have to guess the top answer to this category.
Cartoon cats. Remember, there's lots of right answers, but I'm looking for the top answer to that category. Cartoon cats. Head online to WJOL.com, click on air, and then in the spotlight, you can fill out the form there with your guess, or you can head over to Facebook or Instagram at 1340 WJOL, and you can answer there as well. The winner will receive a 1340 WJOL swag pack. That's right. Congratulations to our last winner of Top That, Tracy Olson, with her guess, South Carolina. Tracy, thank you for playing, and we will be reaching out to you soon for your information to get you your 1340 WJOL swag pack. And if you want to be a winner like Tracy, all you have to do is give us your guess to this week's Top That category. We are back with Laura Kalinski with Laura K Photography out of Manhattan. Laura, we have some fun that we always have to shoot some fun into the program. As long as I'm the host, we're going to play a game. Anybody who knows me knows I love to play games. And so we play a game called Top That. Our listeners are going to be playing for a swag pack, a WJOL 1340 WJOL swag pack. But for you, Laura, you're going to play for nothing.
Yay! Yay!
We're going to play a couple rounds. So your phrase or category is games played on a classic Atari system. Again, we've played Atari, right? You've played Atari. And we have lots of games, but what's the top answer do you think people chose for a game on the classic Atari system?
Pac-Man?
That's a good one, but nope, not the answer I'm looking for. Try one more time.
Donkey Kong?
That is one of the answers, but nope. I need a little ding, 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 ding. Pitfall. That was the one. So some of the answers were Pong, Asteroid Centipede, Donkey Kong, as you said, Space Invaders. But the one that was the top answer was Pitfall. So that's how you play the game. We're going to play one more round. Your category is game shows. And no, it's not Top That. Game shows.
Okay.
This is a hard one.
Wheel of Fortune.
That is one. Not the one I'm looking for. Try one more time.
Jeopardy?
Again, two really, really good answers. But I was looking for Hollywood Squares. I don't think anybody would have gotten that one, but it's on the card. See, it's on the card. So I don't make it up.
One.
That is an old one. That is an old one. So listeners, your category for Top That is cartoon cats. Again, there are many, many answers, many correct answers, but I'm looking for the top answer. So go ahead and head over to Facebook and Instagram. You can go on our website at WJOL.com, click on air, and then in the spotlight, you can also enter your guess there. Good luck. All right, Laura. So, everybody has a favorite. Everybody has a wheelhouse. So what is your wheelhouse? When we're calling you or we reach out to you, what kind of events and sessions do you prefer?
Thank you for asking that. I do like doing family photos outdoors. I try to get those done very quickly because, the kids get restless. I've also done surprise birthday parties. Which was a whole lot of fun, getting families together and preparing to surprise the guest of honor. And I've done small weddings. So, yeah, and I have done some kids' sports photography.
Wonderful. So very family oriented for sure. Tell me a funny story or maybe the funniest shot that you ever took or something that's memorable? Maybe it's not funny. Maybe it's just memorable. What was something very memorable that you either took a picture of or shot on video?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so just a few years ago, there's like so many moments actually. A few years ago, we went down to the Florida Keys in the middle of winter, and just being in the water and all that beautiful scenery. That was actually a beautiful memory. It's travel photography, but all the beautiful sights and sounds that I was able to capture on that trip really helped preserve the memory of us going there. And I still look at those pictures because it was just so beautiful and we had a great time there.
And travel photography, you're saying like when you go like to a destination and just capturing all of your memories. So that is something that obviously you probably, if I went on vacation, I probably wouldn't hire you to come on vacation with me to do my photography. But what could I do? What kind of suggestions would you give me besides just take pictures of everything? Should I care about lighting, or should I do this? You know, I know sometimes they say the dawn or dusk is best to take pictures, something like that. What's a really good piece of have to know information when you are taking your picture, especially when it comes to travel photography?
Absolutely. So if we're using natural light, we want to use natural light to our advantage. And you are correct in saying that the hour at sunrise and the hour before sunset is your best light. We call that golden hour.
Nice.
That is the best, especially if you're taking pictures of another person, you know, whoever you're traveling with. And I would also suggest it's better to have the sun behind your subject, especially if it's a person, so that you don't get the squinty shadows.
That's great. That is great advice.
The sun coming at their faces, you know.
No, that's great advice.
Or if you don't have the golden hour, go in the shade.
Very good.
Take pictures of your subject matter.
I feel like I am so much more prepared now to take some good pictures, because that's really good advice. Where the lighting is, like, you know, well, we were just talking about lighting earlier, and my lighting's not so good. So people who are going to catch this on Facebook and Instagram later, you could see that maybe I could have used Laura in the studio to touch up my lighting over here. But with that being said, I understand you are bilingual, so you can also bilingual in what language?
Spanish. I'm bilingual in Spanish. Yes.
Wonderful. So our Spanish speaking friends can contact you, and you can talk to them and communicate and help them with their family shots and stuff. So that's huge. That's huge to be able to communicate in multiple languages for sure. Can you tell us how we can get in touch with you?
Yep. You can find me on Instagram at Laura K Photography, or you can find me also on Facebook, Laura K Photography page. Or you can give me a call, 815-715-0693.
Well, thank you so much for being with us, Laura. It has been great talking to you. Reach out to Laura K Photography. That is on Instagram at Laura K Photography, or you can send her an email at Lorelei, LORELEI761 @gmail.com, or give her a call. Laura, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
You have a great day. Thanks.
You too.
If you can't listen while we're live, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at 1340 WJOL. Don't forget, when you're traveling outside our signal, you can always listen to us on WJOL.com. And you can hear the replay on all of those platforms as well. You can listen to us live on any of your smart speakers or on WJOL.com. Don't forget, you are loved and you are special and you belong to the WJOL family. So until next time, I pray joy and blessings to all of you, my friends. And remember to stay in the spotlight.
To nominate a Spotlight shout-out, a Southside business, or local organization you want to see highlighted, visit us at WJOL.com and click On Air. In the Spotlight, the show that turns the spotlight on the incredible people and stories that make our communities shine.
Spotlight.